All right, the wind is picking up, so I'm gonna try and be loud and try to be fast with this. But here we go. I finally got the Springco Recoil Management System. It's actually in the gun right now, so excuse me if it gets windy, but it's in there right now. It's a little different. It's almost like that Israeli one I have in some of the other guns. I'll put it right there right now what the name is, but it's got like a dual recoil where the guide rod is in two pieces, it looks like, and then there's a single rod that goes in between there. There's a spring on that section, and then the spring that goes over the so there's that. I actually put this on last night, oiled it up, and then I shot it this morning a little bit. I was out here training with some buddy, and so yeah, so some interesting things so far. Let me grab that box. I shot 135 grain ammo out of it, some reloads from what's it called, Freedom Munitions, so some hollow points. So that's I ordered more of that ammo, so that's why I chose that ammo. And it was noticeable at first. It did feel like it was shooting flat. I didn't think it was gonna feel different because I don't know if you're not supposed to show this on camera or what, but because of the when I had it together, it didn't feel like this was pulling back any easier once I hold on. All right, like I said, it's windy, so hopefully the wind isn't messing up the noise. So I'm gonna try to keep this together and talk real loud just in case. So there it is, it's in the gun, the Springco recoil management for the Walther PDP 4-inch slide. Now, after I bought it, I noticed that there's some different, turn this way in case the wind, that there are some different colored springs that go on it. I got the red. When I read it, it said that the red was the standard size one, and then the other colors are lighter. So I thought it probably wasn't gonna make a difference, but it does actually. So it's not as snappy and aggressive like it normally is. It did feel like it was a little softer, but that was with 135 grains. I also had picked up, this is all from the Ben Steger Pro Shop. I also picked up the Springco trigger springs or whatever, because that one of the matches a guy had it and it made that trigger just like super light. But as I bought those and I was reading through them, it said do not use for duty or carry, that you should just be using it for competition. So since I do carry this gun, I'm a little hesitant to put it on there, and I'm hesitant to put it in my wife's gun as well, the other PDP, because I think she does a little bit better with a heavier trigger. But let me grab that gun real quick. All right, sorry. So also with that, I also bought the Taylor Freelance, the brass back strap. This one's called the Death Grip. So you can feel it immediately once I put it in my hand. It's very, very, very sticky. So now I pretty much have a twin to this gun. But this one has the 507 comp, and this one is the 507C, both in green. But check it out. This freaking amazing, beautiful, two amazing guns. One's the 4.5, but it's a 5.1 because of the threaded barrel, but it's the 4.5 slide, and this one is the 4-inch. But just admire that. Was my gun, and now it's no longer my gun because she's using it. So that has a performance duty trigger, and this one's the regular Gen 1, whatever. But anyway, I was shooting this, like I said, right now, and I could feel the difference in the weight with that alone. I think it was less than 3 ounces. It was like 2.7, 2.5, between 2.5 and 2.8. But I definitely could feel the difference in that, and I definitely felt the difference in the with that recoil spring. It isn't as aggressive and as snappy. One of the things I did notice though that I wasn't real fond of is it did not lock back. On the last shot, it didn't lock back to slide lock. So I don't know if that was because of the ammo or if that was because of the spring and all that stuff. So It could be a combination of both. It did eventually start locking back, and it surprised the shit out of me. And I was super excited, and I fumbled my reload. So what I have is some 124 grains, 124 grain of MagTech. So we're gonna go ahead and shoot a box of that. So I have 3 magazines, 2 of my 18s and 1 15, and we'll shoot a couple of drills. And on the last one is 14 rounds. We'll shoot bill drills. And with the bill drill, I'll swap over to the stock spring, and we'll do them both in slow-mo and try to see if we see the difference. But I'll just shoot a couple of drills right here and try to talk through it, or not talk through it because of the wind. But yeah, so far I do like the way it feels. I was getting fairly aggressive with it and going pretty fast, and I did like it. So this may be a winner. Like I said, it just doesn't lock. But in the real world, yeah, that might be an issue. But what are the chances of me having to use this gun in real life? It's slim, very slim. But just in case, I still would like it. So it may be a matter of the ammo. Usually I know when you go with a lighter spring, it's for hotter ammo. So this should be a little faster, a little hotter. If not, I'm gonna try and buy some 115s and try to run through that and see if it likes that better for the slide lock. So let's get to shooting some drills and then follow up with the bill drills at the end and get my final thoughts. So here we go. All right, I don't know where I'm putting this in the deal, but I know if you saw a shooting right now and it wasn't slide lock, disregard the fact that it was the recoil spring system. I think we can still see everything just fine in here. Disregard the fact that it was a recoil spring system. When I did the last bill drill, I ended up taking the last couple of rounds and shooting it out of my stock, my standard mag, my 15 round that came with the gun, with the stock spring. I just put the Springco spring back in right now. So with the stock spring, I put 1 bullet in here. It's slide locked. I took this mag right here. I put 1 bullet in it with the stock spring, slide lock. This mag here, which is the actual mag I was training with earlier, and this is the one that I was dropping with the 1 round in the chamber and an empty. This is the one I was using because I knew, because it was dirty. I don't know if you can see the dirt. That's the one I was dropping in the dirt. This is the one, it would not slide lock on this one, so I marked it no slide lock. So this one was good, this one was good, and that was with the stock spring. So it did that with the Springco spring, and it was doing it with the Springco spring and with the original stock spring. So disregard that. I'll probably put this in before all that shooting. So as you watch the shooting, just take that as that is this mag, and I'll probably have to do an update on these mags. Like I said, I don't know. I'll have to inspect them a little better and see if something's wrong with it or what the deal is. But another thing here is putting this in is a bit of a pain in the ass. So usually on some of the other recoil springs, one end is tapered a little bit, it's a little tighter, and that's the side I usually put on up against right here, and then the wider end I put there. It was real hard to tell on this one. So when I had the tapered end, the tighter end up there, it was hard to get that end to fit in right there. So it was having a hard time. So I took the spring off, spun it around, and it went in there a little bit easier. So if you're having an issue with that, that might be the case. Just spin this around. But yeah, there it is. Nice and greasy, oily, whatever. But I think that mag is bad. So I wrote on it. But yeah, anyway, so this video has been long enough. If you have any questions, I'll probably do another one on this and add that shooting in there with that. But yeah, so that it's not the fault of this right here or the ammo. So it's the fault of that mag. Just add that in. So either this is the end or enjoy the rest. So, all right, thanks. All right, I had an interesting revelation possibly right now. As you could see, I turned down the volume so that you could just see the shooting of the gun, and I was doing one in the chamber with an empty mag, dropping the mag, and you could see that it wasn't slide locking. At the end, this last shot was a different mag, so I never even thought that it could be the mag itself, which was a different mag that wasn't slide locking. So that can be the case. So that could be whichever mag. This is the one I kept dropping, I believe. So this is the one I think that wasn't slide locking. This is the one that possibly was. So I might mess around and do it after this. So I'm gonna go ahead and just run the 2 bill drills in slow motion, and that'll call it the video. So hopefully this part isn't that windy, but I'll turn the volume down again at the end right here to see the 2 bill drills, so you may not hear the shooting, but that's just because it's so damn windy out here. Hopefully, I don't like the damn wind, messes up the videos, but what are you gonna do? I'm out here, so I gotta take advantage of the time to film this. So again, this is the Springco. This is the standard one. So let's do the 7-yard bill drills in slow-mo. The first one will be with the Springco. The second one will be with the stock. So see if you notice a difference. If not, I can tell a difference. I was getting real aggressive on those 3 targets I had out there. The wind blew one off. I had to chase it down. So whatever. But I was getting real aggressive and getting some pretty decent hits. So I actually really do like this thing so far. It's only going to be a box. No, it's actually probably close to 100 rounds already, because I shot about a box and a half earlier. This is a box, so it's over 100, getting close to 150. So I actually may use this during a match too. So that's kind of what I'm setting it up for. Give myself some options. I'm going to be shooting 3 guns coming up. Not 3 but 3 different guns. Still shooting my M&P 2.0. I don't know why I have this shit on. I'm going to be shooting my Glock and try that out, and I'm going to be shooting this as well. So get my thoughts in a couple weeks, months, whatever. But here we go. Let's just finish off with the bill drills. But so far, this thing is pretty nice. Got it at the Ben Steger Pro Shop. I think it was $89. They had it for the full-size one also, and they have them for other guns, I'm sure. But so far, I like it. If there's any questions, or see how many more rounds you want me to get through it, or any other questions, what you want me to do with it, or whatever. But I'm going to try some other mags after this, and I may add this to the end. But other than that, if I don't add anything else, and Here's the build drills in slow motion, and I'll catch up and make some more videos on this in the future. So all right, thanks.